Is Tyler Warren an elite tight end in the 2025 NFL draft class? Let's find out. Welcome back to the All Pro Football Data. And today's episode, we're talking about Tyler Warren. We're going to look at his market share data and his other analytics to see if he truly is an elite tight end in the 2025 NFL draft class. A lot of people have been mocking him and putting him in the top 10 of the draft. Some people have even compared him to Brock Bowers out of Georgia. But let's see what his data says about how he tested based on his production traits. So the first place we need to look at in Tyler Warren is his market share data. This is one area where I can truly say he is elite. He has a 99 percentile total offensive market share production score, 96 percentile in terms of receiving market share, and then 95 percentile in terms of touchdown market share. He hits all the all-pro averages, Pro Bowl averages, and starter averages at the position, which is exactly how you want a prospect like him to test. Lights out, everything is just amazing with Tyler Warren from that perspective. Now, when you get to his efficiency data, so looking at his touchdown percentage and yards per reception, this is where things get a little off the rails. Tyler Warren had a 48 percentile touchdown percentage, and his yards per reception was 50 percentile. Now, when you look at the All-Pro averages, the Pro Bowl averages, and the starter averages, he's nowhere near those averages, except for the starter averages in terms of his touchdown percentage. 48 percentile versus 49 is really not that big of a difference. But the yards per reception, big drop-off overall for him based on his overall data there. Tyler Warren has great market share numbers that really point to great things for him, but his efficiency for his data was not the best, which is kind of the biggest concern with him overall. Now, when you get to his age and competition data, this is where things are interesting. Take a look at his age score. He had a 4 percentile age score. It's a percentile score of a prospect based on their age on draft day. This is the biggest difference between Brock Bowers and Tyler Warren, is that Brock Bowers was a 90 plus percentile tight end based on his age score, whereas Warren is 4 percentile. He's a much older prospect, and it took Tyler Warren all the way until about age 23 to break out as a significant tight end. Brock Bowers, he broke out essentially his freshman, sophomore year around that time at Georgia. They're very different prospects from that perspective. It doesn't mean Tyler Warren is a bad prospect. When you look at his MSA rating, it's pretty solid, 89 percentile. That takes a look at his market share for his age and competition. Then when you look at the pass score, that looks at all of his production scores, including efficiency against age and competition. He was 83 percentile in terms of that area right there. These are good numbers for him, but again, not exactly Brock Bowers. Brock Bowers was very productive, extremely productive at Georgia, but he did it at a much younger age, which typically indicates a prodigy. Think of it like Mozart. Stevie Wonder. Stevie Wonder was an elite level musician as a teenager. Not necessarily the case with Tyler Warren. You have to kind of look at things from that perspective. When did they break out? Cooper Kupp, for example, another example. Cooper Kupp had an elite season when he was around 28 years old, but he didn't have an elite season when he was 23 and 22 years old in the NFL level. And there's a difference between those two players. He's still a good player. It's just that he's not a truly elite player. Nobody would be confused with saying that Cooper Kupp isn't Jamar Chase. And that's essentially what I'm saying, is that Tyler Warren is kind of like the Cooper Kupp of tight ends. He's extremely productive market share-wise, but he's also very, very old, which changes the trajectory of what he could possibly be at the NFL level from a data perspective. Now, moving on to this other area here in terms of his performance on first down, second down, and third down, this is where there's a little bit of concerns here. One thing that stuck out was Tyler Warren was really great in terms of first down situations. His TD percentage was 82 percentile, 28 percentile in terms of getting first downs on first down, and then 15.5 percentile in terms of percentage of plays that were 15 plus, and then 19 percentile in terms of 25 plus plays. His overall score was 69 percentile there. Decent on first down, but second down situations is a little bit of a drop off here. His TD percentage was 40 percentile, 18 also in terms of his conversion rate, and then 15 plus and 25 plus plays, 51 and then 22 percentile respectively between those two areas there. And then when you look at the overall cumulative grade on second down, it's 59 percentile. The cumulative grade in third down situations was 3 percentile. His TD percentage, 40 percentile. His getting first downs in third down situations is only 17 percentile. And the percentage of 15 plus and 25 plus yard plays in third down situations was 2-7, which means the percentage of his big time plays in third down situations was extremely low. He was really productive in first down situations. He was really productive in terms of red zone situations. That's another thing I'm working on. But Tyler Warren was a 90 plus percentile producer in terms of catching the football in red zone situations. But when you look at his data in terms of getting third down situations, being a dependable tight end in third down situations and converting in third down situations, he was not that guy. He was not that guy at Penn State based on his cumulative data. Was he very productive? Yes, he was. Compared to other tight ends, he was extremely productive. But third down situations was not his money down. First down situations was his money down. And that is going to be a concern going forward, on top of the fact that he broke out at an older age. He had a spectacular year in 2024. Before then, he was kind of based on his overall data, and that's kind of the biggest concern for here. Now, let's get to a metric comparison for this prospect. And it's not Brock Bowers, but Tyler Warren tested eerily similar to Peyton Hendershot. Now, the main reasons why they tested so similar was both of these prospects had 90 plus percentile receiving market share, total offensive market share, and touchdown market share. So they were very good in terms of the big three metrics that really matter at the tight end position. The areas where they were a little concerning or below average was the TD percentage, so the percentage of plays that led to touchdowns. Both of these guys were below average. 48% off for Tyler Warren and then 42% off for Peyton Hendershot. Now, the yards per reception was average for Tyler Warren and then 49% off for Peyton Hendershot. MSA rating 89 for Warren and then 92 for Peyton Hendershot. A lot of that is because of the age. Warren is a much older prospect compared to Hendershot, was coming out of Indiana. The pass score, 83 for Warren, 85 for Peyton Hendershot. Again, very similar. And then the EAV score was 92% off for Warren and then 88% for Hendershot based on the overall data collectively for both these prospects. So they're very similar. This is the closest metric comparison I could find for Warren without lowering the market share data, because I'm not taking anything away from Warren. Really great numbers for a guy who played on a very strong football team at Penn State that won a lot of really significant games this year. But is he Brock Bowers? Is that sort of the comparison that a lot of people want to make? No, he's not. He's not Brock Bowers. Brock Bowers was extremely productive at a much younger age and had multiple seasons of that extreme production as well, compared to Tyler Warren, who broke out at a much older age. Is there anything wrong with that? No. Does this mean that he's not going to be a good NFL player? Absolutely not. I think he does have a good shot of becoming a good NFL tight end. But is this a tight end that you take in the top 10 of the draft this year? We're going to have to wait on some things. I think if you test really well as an athlete, you might be looking at sort of a George Kittle situation, but not exactly the same. But we'll see what happens. I think Tyler Warren is a very good prospect, but I don't think he's an elite draft prospect because of the concerns of his age, because of the concerns of his efficiency data, and also because of some of his micro data showing you that, is he an extremely dependable tight end in third down situations? Not really. Who were they going to in third down situations in terms of catching the football? They weren't necessarily going to Tyler Warren in terms of his percentages there. That kind of gives you an idea of that. But overall, that's him in a nutshell. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my Patreon page at patreon.com/jcoburn. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.